Hello, this is Craig Roberts with Skunk Rust, and this is a cold weather video to show you how skunk rust will react in cold weather. As you can see, I'm going to cover some welds that have been welded and then flashed over, and some weld joints under here, and then just some good old rust. We're going to apply skunk rust, let the heat from the sun get to it. Currently the temperature is 53 degrees. It's December 3rd, 2015, and we're going to come back and see this in about 2 or 3 days and see the results. So I do nothing, I just take the rust, take a bottle of skunk rust, and spray it. My only responsibility is to get it good and wet. So now I got it good and wet, and this is probably one of the better uses for skunk rust in cold weather. Behind me is some very heavy rust. I'm going to go ahead and spray that. Now this is heavy rust, and I'm going to go ahead and see what results we get out of here. You can see there's a weld that is kind of old, and the steel itself. Just make sure you get it good and wet. There's no brushing, no removal, no sandblasting. We use that red rolling rust as part of the reaction. This is the second day of our cold weather test. As you can see, we sprayed this yesterday. We're already starting to clean up the weld marks. Already starting to clean up some of the rust. Below here is still the product, still working. Still consuming the ferric oxide, turning it into iron phosphate. As I can see, I'm having good progress up here. Down here, there wasn't much rust, but the product will still stay there and continue to consume any rust down there. So let's go ahead, use the skunk rust. We'll give it a second application. Want to get it good and wet. Let's go ahead and look at the heavy rust that we have over here for our cold weather test. We have a reaction. We have a lot of rust. You see the product is hanging in the rust because of temperature. It's a slow reaction. As the metal continues to heat up, we'll turn all this rust into iron phosphate. You'll see it turn into a grayish color, but you clearly can see the spray stick and stay is working. Hold the product in place. This weld is starting to clear up a little bit, but it's heavy rust, so we're having a fight. Needs more skunk rust. Okay, it's been about 5 days. Today is December 8th. It's about 2 o'clock. Temperature's been ranging for the last 5 days in between the lower 40s and high 50s. As you can see, we're making great progress. We've got some great removal of the rust. Again, I'm going to keep walking down this rail. You're going to see what we started with. It's not quite finished. What I'm going to do is, it's been treated twice. I'm going to go ahead and treat it a third time, and then we'll come back in a couple days and see what it looks like. Get it good and wet. And since while we're here, we have the heavy steel in the back, which we're doing to see how well that works, and we are making some progress. Let's go look at that. That hanger is ready to paint. But up here needs some more work, so I'm going to spray this and we'll come back in a couple of days. Again, your only responsibility is don't brush it, don't wire brush it. Skunk rust will use the ferric oxide, turn it into iron phosphate. It's an electrochemical reaction. Again, this is a process you can't stop, I can't stop. The only thing that stops it is grease and oil. So if the surface is clean with no grease and oil, you just spray the product, let it dry, let the heat and humidity get to it, and this continues our cold weather test to demonstrate what skunk rust does in the cold weather. It's a spray, stick and stay product, so it'll stay, and as the temperatures in the day rises, it will react and set up the iron phosphate patina. And as I said, that hanger was ready to be painted. We're going to come back in 2 days, and that should probably complete the test and see how well it's done. But skunk rust will always be there no matter when you spray it, how you spray it. It could be on this side of the steel or inside the steel. Doesn't really matter, inside or outside. It'll still get the same reaction. So we'll be back in 2 days and talk to you then. And this is the final video in our cold weather skunk rust video. As you can see, we treated this on December 3rd in Virginia Beach. The temperatures have been ranging from low 40s to upper 50s. In the morning, heavy dew. In the day, sun gets to it. And so in cold weather, you can get a reaction. You see nice shiny steel where these weld marks were. Let me show you what we were dealing with first. This was the corrosion we were dealing with before. See right in here? See all in there, the lap joints, all this corrosion? And now, in 7 days, you can see it all going. I'm gonna get you real close so you can take a good look at that. All along that lap joint. You got a heavy buildup of iron phosphate, leaving you a nice toothy structure. Skunk rust can be applied in cold weather and you can paint over it. On our heavy rust and heavy steel application over here, let's take a look and see what we got. You can see the hanger is and the weld is ready to go. All your rust has been converted to iron phosphate. Up here you got a great reaction, it's nice and toothy. Both these cases we've sprayed 3 times over 7 days. Sun, getting to it, we get the sun on in about maybe 6 hours a day. That's all it takes. So skunk rust can be applied in cold weather. This is an example of cold weather applications. If you apply it and the weather is too cold, skunk rust will spray, stick, and stay and wait until the temperature is right. So, if you have any questions, please give me a call at 757-621-9677, or you can email me at craig@skunkrust.com, and you can purchase the product at www.skunkrust.com. Again, thanks for watching this cold weather video. More to follow.